Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming on by. Today, and no big surprise, I'm going to be doing some Advent of Code. Those who were here last time, you know this is the visualization for day one, and we're probably going to be finishing that up before day three's problem starts. If we do finish it up, then we might delve a little into a day two visualization. Otherwise, we'll just finish it up as we finish it up. And hey, Ryan, thanks for coming on by. Yep, I got that command working this time. You see that suggestion last time. There it is, yep. Get the sound working. There it be. And yeah, I hope your Friday was treating you well. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to at least get this to a satisfactory place before day three starts. But yeah, I did figure out the center, so a little bit of off-screen work did happen, but it was literally one line. There you go, Ryan. Welcome to the world of React, eh? One of us. One of us. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. You using the Scrimba or Zelwick or just a whole variety of resources? Hey, Cinemateo, how you doing? I don't think you've started streaming just yet, but for those who don't know, Cinemateo also going to be streaming, or at least they have been. I assume they will tonight. Advent of Code Day 3. Yeah. Because I think you start like 5 or 10 minutes before, yeah. Yeah. Rust and go, folks. Rust and go. I'm over here trying to make dots look cool. Yeah, for those who haven't seen this is basically day one. So each one of these colors represents a single elf, and the size corresponds to the calorie count for that thing. So we got last time what we got working was this little baddie code here. Do the thing, perfectly named, that animates, I put that in air quotes, the algorithm, kinda. It goes through them, sums them up, and highlights the good one. So you can see there's the green, that's the largest one, and it's slowly going through it, kind of like the real thing does. So screen width is over there. And then, ta-da, it's the largest one. Hey, well, dude, coming on by. Well, our Flex 55 Advent of Code is a holiday themed, so Advent calendar themed, series of 25, I guess 50, but 25 coding challenges, each released at midnight Eastern Time. It's at adventofcode.com. You can see that 2 have been released this year, and in 51 minutes, the third problem will be released. And you can mess with it however you want. Just do them at your own convenience, do last year's. But if you do them live, then you have a chance at getting somewhere close to the leaderboard, which I have not this year, but mostly in the top 1,000, except for that one. Because I forgot how rock, paper, scissors work. That's a fun little challenge. Great thing is that there's no language restriction. Some people are even using Excel, so whatever tool you find to get the output correctly. Now, yeah, what I'm doing, starting a little early, is I had the great idea. It was so great because it's as easy as I thought it would be to visualize it. Oh, come on. With that. Sorry, I had a weird sound thing. To visualize day one, and we got it working. It's just not perfect yet. That's right. To each their own. So what we're gonna do to polish this thing up is it's pretty happy as is. Like you come here, you open the page, it loads it, it makes all the nodes. What I'd like to do is make this animation just a little better. Ah, Ryan, yeah, Express Handler Tracker. It does work. I don't know what the heck that was. But yeah, that's my praise of it. It works. Last I checked, yes, it does work. But yeah, for those who don't know, it's basically a visualizer for Express apps that generally works on MVC theme. Though you can, my goodness, I don't remember how this works. Well, I don't have one. Okay, I think I got one on me. There you go. Yeah, I'm glad it was somewhat useful. I'm looking forward to it being one of the variety of projects I'll eventually come back to and finish up. Yeah. It still works, so it's not dead. That's good. Good to hear. If you don't know what an Express server looks like, this is gonna look like gibberish to you folks. That's right, whoa, dude. Every day it doesn't break. It's like, it's alive! Somehow. Don't know how, but it is. Yeah, this is it. You can basically plug this into your thing and it visualizes it. And you can add your own comments as an explainer, goes through the code the best it can, all that stuff. So you can either use it as a debugging tool, a visualizer tool, or just like, look at this photograph. I personally use it as a debugger tool because lots of Express apps out there. Do the thing. Okay, so this works as expected. Now what I would like, it's fast because we want it fast. The change we're going to make here is that we're going to make it so after it does the whoosh, which put it on a timer for like 5 seconds or something, we want each of these little nodes to be merged with its nearest neighbor, and we like the simulation to like keep playing. So what do I mean by simulation keep playing? Somewhere down here. So this is all the code to do the simulation. And we say do the thing, and it froze. It put the one green dot and then the entire simulation froze. So we're not a fan of that. So we don't want this. I imagine what simulation, because what's happening is it's all stopping for some reason. So let's just try not to do whatever Pastas was doing. Because Pastas had ideas. Pastas obviously didn't figure it out, though. Okay, great. So we run this, and it does not break the simulation. Okay, that is progress. It's not broken. And we'd like to slowly re-add some of this code, because I think some of it's good. It's probably just one bit that's bad. Okay, that seemed right. Let's do it quicker, though. Gotta be fast. Okay, I think that's good. That's getting rid of the node we don't want. So they're getting rid of it. That's working. Now, adding new node to the simulation. I think this is our problem child right here. Because I don't think that's adding. I think that's setting the nodes to only this node get simulated. So what I want to do is, well, I want to ask Copilot. Copilot, please. Oh, there we go. This is what I imagined. We take all the previous nodes and do this. So nodes doesn't add, it sets. And I don't know if I need to do on tick. There's already an on tick. So we're gonna try not to do that. In theory, if I do this while it's running, it should seamlessly... notice the behavior with this purple one. It is going around the simulated node, though it's not physically there. So this node, even though it's green and here, it's really over there. So maybe we do need the on tick. Past me was off by this much, it seems. Okay, so again, we can see it's physically being simulated, just not visually moving its place. So this is setting the nodes X and Y or whatever. Does merge node make it into nodes? New node. No, 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 not new node. So what we need to do is take new node, which is a D3 array or whatever. So, okay, let's see. Add a new node to nodes. Can we do that? Nodes isn't an array though, last I checked. No, it's some weird thing. Does it have a push? It does not. To new node. Again, working with D3, the library I know relatively little about. So this is a, what do we call this? Tell me your name. D3 selection or whatever. Interesting. Yes, Una Mateo. It's. I think, like, yeah, it's a lot because I had an idea. My initial idea was, oh, I'll make a circular bar plot. But then I was like, wait a minute. There are how many bars? That's not going to scale. So I was like, okay, this will scale. And it is scaling. It's barely filling the screen. It's just a lot of D3, which that's the power of D3. You can do anything you want in D3. You got to do it all yourselves, and you got to know how to speak the language. So, yeah, definitely a not very in my wheelhouse either. But it's fun. The pretty pictures are fun, and we're basically halfway there at least. We just gotta get the thing doing the thing. So let's just ask Copilot. As you can see, I'm cheating half of this. Yeah, the loose Skittles chart. Okay, that's officially what it's being called now. Because this is like calorie themed or whatever. So yeah, these are loose Skittles, and each one refers to the size of the Skittle. I love that. I will credit you for that one. Whoa, dude. I love that model. I mean, I'm sure there's a real name, like map related name, but loose Skittles is the way to go. Great. So add merge node to nodes. Nodes data join. Ah. No, wait, where's the adding part? There's no adding there. Nerds. Yeah. Candy of choice model. Yeah. Okay, next one, Copilot. Alright, that's not how you do it. Where is it? Okay, let's figure this out. It's not adding it. Hey, pizza. How's it going? So maybe instead of adding, I just re-declare it. It's like, this code worked fine. Maybe I just do it again. Because the simulation runs on the node's data. Oh, wait, simulation runs on node's data, and I modify data, and it works. That's right. So if I just rerun this, I don't know. But yeah, I hope your Friday night's been going pretty well, pizza. So I'll have to make it a let, I suppose. Okay, great. I dropped it off. Nodes equals this. New data. Sure. Doesn't feel right. Always do the thing. Ooh, yeah, I literally saw it double. Not what we wanted. This is somewhat close. Const data. So we have the onTick update nodes. Ooh, onTick update new nodes. There it is. Add a new onTick. Now this is not going to scale absolutely horribly because we're adding 250 something. No. And why are you green? Oh, broken code. We love broken code. Ooh. So that simulated. I did see that simulation. Just broke the other simulation. So now it's doing just one. We need to do both, darn ya. Um. Oh, so tick is overriding and not adding. Ain't that interesting? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, D3 merge new node and node into one selection. There we go. Oh, that was that it the whole time? My word. I swear. Hmm. Not exactly. So we know this tick actually does something. What if I get rid of the tick? I can physically see the simulation. And if I change the tick to new node. Ah, of course, I appreciate that pizza. Yeah. I always appreciate the lurk. I name myself a lurker quite a bit. And yeah, this is upping the ante of Advent of Code a bit. This whole visualization thing. And yeah, as you can tell, a lot of this is over my head too, which is why I'm cheating and like getting Copilot to do it for me. Hmm. So I do want it to merge somehow. Oh, so maybe merge isn't like concat. It doesn't modify it. Adds new, right? So D3 merge. We gotta read the docs. Documentation. Flattens into a new array. Built-in concat and flat. Okay, okay. So I need to say nodes equals nodes merge. They're non-mutative. So over here, I guess nodes equals nodes merge. And now down here, come on, yeah. Why dang damn it. Okay, let's look at nodes. Okay, finding this is gonna be fun. Uh, does the new node have any interesting thing about it? Elf index of 0, probably. Find, nope, filter. There we go, filter, and then it's going to be d dot elf triple equals 0. 14 belong to elf 0. Okay, let's find out who our new node is. Boop. New node is elf 0. Okay. Ah, remember when I removed all these? And they didn't get removed. Big sad. Big, big sad. Great sadness. Because I moved from data, not nodes. Got it, got it, got it. So data to filter does great. Nodes equals nodes filter. There we go. And then after this, the merge should do the magic. So the fact that the merge isn't working and I didn't see it means it probably isn't. But this removal feels good. Because now we can see we are in fact not adding it to the thing. The merged node does have an elf of 0, a value, an x, and a y. Which last I checked, my datas have an elf, a value. These don't get x and y's. Say random, but that's okay. So nodes, I could, yeah, let's make this global for me to real check in. Window new node equals new node, just so I can physically mess with this. I need a REPL. There we go. New node. Hello, new node. You're a lovely selection with our lovely circle. Okay, DevTools was like, there are too many things on screen, but as you can see, it's pointing at the green one. That's what we want. Now, if we do our filter of nodes, significant lack of that. Let's go to an ELF1 just for testable. Yeah, so that works there. Okay, so let's see how this nodes.merge new node physically works. So it returns a thing with lots of these, and if I do a filter on this, d.elf triple equals 0, lack of anything. Okay, so nodes length is 1985, or nodes merged length is 1985. Normal nodes length is 1985. So that is with this line. Let's see if this do the thing. Because it doesn't have a dot length, surprise, surprise. 1985. But if I do nodes merge and spit this out. Yeah, this isn't how I expected merge to work, folks. Why you no merge? Why you have a method called merge if it don't work? Oh, this isn't documentation. D3 merge an iterable of iterables into a new similar to but can use flattened nested iterables. That's not. Okay, firstly, you're not a member of this. Okay, this doesn't seem to be doing whatever I'm looking for. This is some kind of like low dash flatten helper. Not what I was looking for. So D3 add new to selection. I'll just let Google fill out that middle one for me. Selection append. Append a new element. Insert. Okay, well, look at append. That seems to be what we want. So nodes. So when you scroll down, append new node. I know you're an iterable, but you'll be cool. Appends for more raw stuff. Append tr. Yeah. Data insert text. No. Okay, so what is this? Again, what the heck is this? Give me the constructor. Yeah, it's a selection. So D3 combine two selections. Selection.merge. Okay. And return the new selection after merging them. Same number and same. And that's also a good Stack Overflow down there. Let's see how they do it. So you have all the H3s, all the H3s. Ooh, dot nodes you have to say. Maybe you don't have to say it. I'll say it. Nodes merge, new node, dot nodes. Okay, that's literally not helping at all. Seems to work for them though. Suji append, all that good stuff. Selections are a subclass, that's right. Turns out arrays push, that's right. Then you can push the node. Blah 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 blah. Circles 0. Push the node. Okay, so we're kind of bypassing D3 here. Nodes 0. Okay, I'm doing what you said. Creating an empty selection. You can push the node of each circle directly into circles 0. Okay, I'm not understanding that, but push, new node, nodes. Yeah, that makes sense what I think. D3. A new selection. Index 0. Okay, what version were they talking about? 2014, probably off a version. Here is the demo. Look at it, another doc. That doc don't help. Okay, so my circles, D3 select all, 0 push, 0 push, 0 push. Just tell me what stuff you're linking to. Resources. D3, V3. Ooh, I'm on V6. V6. Join. Sure. Nope, that's not something else. Okay, we're gonna be baddies here real soon. We're just gonna keep track of them all. Const all the nodes to tick for all selections. Lovely array. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say for const selection of all selections. Okay, that just got weird. For the selection, do the thing, and we'll go ahead and initialize you with nodes. Make sure that don't break. Then it's a really good idea to add this. Fortunately, great sadness. Don't know how that works. Fortunately, when this happens, we can say all selections, not concat, push, new node selection. I guess this is a new simulation. We need to do this again. Moment of truth. I found my magic somewhere. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Okay, I think this is doing the logic. Hey, look at that green square. It's there, and it's being simulated. Mwahaha. Yeah, I'm just got a little bit more time than most. So that worked. Now we can just do this at a increased rate, and it should be all... The Skittles should be moving now, folks. The Skittles are alive, or the nerds are alive. Oh, look at that. Yep, they're pushing against each other. Wow, okay, it seems like there was not enough space in here to do that. Oh, okay, it's kind of a violent explosion action here. It's literally moving the camera or something. It's doing something. I know, pizza. Appreciate that. So this is technically working. It's oh wait, nope. As I open my mouth, it's like, haha, you want to work? No, you're not. Oh, this isn't helping. Too many consoles. In addition, we'll probably yank down the rate so we can actually get to the end of it. Okay, you do it again. Boop, boop. Okay, now at this point, the randomization might actually be better. Because it would not be going top and up. I mean, by the end of stream, it was getting that way, pizza, for sure. This also isn't going at a rate of 10 milliseconds. I don't know why. I was like, haha, you want a speed? No. Yeah, X metrics. It's not canvas, it's D3. Well, and then it goes fast. Weird. I mean, I probably does use some I think he uses all SVGs, but no canvas, just D3. Bot is broken. Oh no, bot broken? No, I think bot fixed, bot good. Oh, that's the new shout out command. That's what's up. Yeah, the Twitch version. Hey, there you go, pizza. Oh, DD, what if they come around? They're gonna be so sad you took that from them. They're always the first redemption. But hey, okay, so this technically works. I think adding a bazillion simulations is probably the problem, but who's gonna stop me? Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Definitely. I mean, that's what it's there for. I appreciate that hydrate there, pizza. And the posture check. My advent of code, well, I'll thank you for asking. It's right over there. It is also in here too. So like day one, I did get day one and day two doing TypeScript this season. Haven't yet dropped down to Python. I know, but hey, if more Rust or Go is your line, then Suna Mateo over there doing Rust and Go, or they will be in 10 or so minutes or 20 minutes. Ah, entirely one-liners. I mean, hey, I could minify this. There's nothing stopping me from minifying this, and it technically being a one-liner. So totally minifiable. Yeah, but now I'm kind of doing a little one of those up the antes of making it pretty. I think this will look a lot better. Give this one a shot. Okay, it's still top left, bottom right, which is not the order I would have lacked. Am I not no longer Fisher Yatesing it? No, I'm no longer Fisher Yatesing it. Let's Fisher Yates it. I don't think that's gonna be random anymore now. Oh, there it is. Okay, now it's somewhat random. And yeah, with added screen shake, because that's what we wanted. Oof, oof. I don't know. Those poor pink ones just squished. But as you can see, it's keeping track of the largest one via the green, and eventually it finishes. Yeah, pizza. I mean, it was unintentional. I have literally no idea why it's given me such an effect, but it is. So we're here. Also, I can't believe I took so long to do this. Let's find us a nice Copilot, or VS Code in this case. A nice soft blue. Soft dark blue. Dark mode! Yeah! It took only a couple of bit, but we got dark mode. Okay, I think this is pretty good for me. So now what we're going to do is make this code down here run in a few seconds. So instead of that alert being down there, you promise. Come on. Thank you. 5 seconds, and then alert like that. Beautiful. Finally, set timeout after, let's say, 10 seconds. We will do the thing. Copilot. No tab 9, not good enough for my computer. Okay, Xmetrics. I suppose I didn't really give a good explanation. So this is a visualization of the Advent of Code Day 1 solution, essentially, or the concept of it. I mean, unless you use the cloud version, pizza, yeah, that's why it hurts. But the actual day one problem, to actually explain what's going on, is you have a bunch of numbers and a string. They are delimited by double new lines. This means 1, 2, and 3,000 all belong to elf number 1. Now, if you sum all their calories, that's what these numbers represent, they have 1 plus 2 plus 3 is like 6,000 calories. The goal of the problem was to return the elf with the most calories, 7 plus 8 plus 9, 24,000 calories. Calories for elves, that's right. So many pancakes, so many cookies, so many sweets, so many pies. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, you did it. Yeah, so you definitely know. Yeah, and this, as you can see, is each color colored group is an elf. So like right here, these are all the elves' calories for their meal, and it sums them together via the effect, and it keeps track of the largest one via the green. So this is the largest elf, the highest elf we've found so far. It's this one right here. And as you see, we're going through all the other ones. Kind of like a math max, but visualized. And yeah, and then boop, look, there's another one. Thankfully, Pizza, there is no CSS in D3 land. At least maybe there is. I don't know how to use D3 properly. The CSS looks like this. The D3 magic of it is that after you scroll past the input, that's my input to be precise. Ah, okay, well, this is a bad idea. There we go. Basically, first we solve the actual problem. That's the first part we do. Oh, yeah, like a set timeout. So, like, yeah, actually, that would be cool, Xmetrics. Because that was kind of the weird thing about like it being so big and kind of meshing about. But yeah, a wither effect. That would look cool. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, first, if we calculate, basically create a data structure for the elves, and this is the CSS part of it, basically. Randomly give them a color, or a color index, which I calculate the color by hue shifting somewhere in the 360 possible hue shifts. So that's my CSS. The rest of it is SVG magic. Yeah, your suggestion of the wither is definitely something I'm gonna do. New node. Basically, when we make one gray, there we go. So if largest, select largest gray. So this is the logic where I'll do it here. Yeah. That sounds like a good way to do it, Xmetrics. Yeah, I just gotta figure out exactly where this goes. So if there's an old largest, here it is. There we go. Yeah. So style. So let's see. Animate largest opacity to 0 and then remove. Candy canes and cookies. I ain't got the D3 skills for that. Okay, transition 1,000 seconds, opacity 0, remove. Does that do it on the end event though? We're about to find out. Let's crank this timer down. I guess we'll start seeing they should poof in 1 whole second. Oh, look at that. Opacity goes down. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it looks a bit better. Well, why they're all going, it stopped making them disappear. Okay, it was good while it lasted, folks. Interesting. When the new max, good spotting that out, Xmetrics. Yeah. Let me find this again. There we go. Only when a new max is found. Okay, so man, you spot that real quick. Else, we need to add this to new node. Transition like so. Ah, that is the. So I mathed off a little wrong. That's basically how long we have left to do this fiddling around bit until we go to the new thing. That's basically until we're like 15 minutes away. Wow, it's working really well, Xmetrics. But yeah, once that timer is basically out, we're gonna do probably an easy Code Wars, and then by that time, Advent of Code will be going on, and that's working very well. Nice. Okay, and then the simulation breaks or something. Where's my alert? There's my alert. Cool. It does look alive, yeah. Hey, Mavi, how's it going? We probably just finished the last, or like the last that I'm happy enough with our Skittle simulation or our candy simulation for these elves. They pop into their bubbles and then fade away as they are no longer the largest. Battle Royale, no. I mean, I can use center attraction. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Always attract to center. Well, technically, force X and force Y is this. Okay, if I change the forces, change force X to go to center. Hopefully, Copilot knows how to modify this. Oh no, that's not what I want. Simulation nodes. That's not doing it. Playing to learn. Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. If I just redefine the simulation, would it be cool if I did that? If I was just like simulation equals new simulation where you did other things. Nice, Mavi. There you go. I mean, hey, it's progress, right? Oh, ring target. Yeah, okay, I see that one. They all go toward the center one. Oh, I imagine I just put a conditional in here, honestly. Oh, wait, is this a callback or? We'll figure that out. Yeah, for sure, Ryan. That's like well, it's a variation of what Leon says. You learn by building, and so you can play around with it too. If not started, return this. Otherwise, we want it to go to. Oh, this is kind of what we want. D3 force Y to largest. So these two lines right here. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, these are circles. These are circles in my mind. For sure, Mavi, for sure. What was that? Oh yeah, pizza. Yeah, yeah, get risky out there with that stuff. I mean, if you recently saw in the Discord, Joseph was over there trying to generate like dogs and stuff, like Clifford the Big Red Dog. AI was not treating them nice at all. Oh, I forgot. My bad. I thought you were pizza. I thought pizza was another username. My bad. I mixed y'all. I mixed you up. Then okay, then it's you. You were the one. So yeah, you know all about the terrors of AI. Largest X and largest Y. Now let's make largest a global. Start equals false. Well, there we go. Actually, we can just say if not largest. Never again. Yep. Now here, you just drop that global. Easy. Okay, so they're doing a lot of centering right now. Lots of center for magic. Ooh. Hmm. Oh, they're not being removed from the simulation. I know what's happening. It does look like it's being eaten away or something, yeah. It's making a donut, yeah, a donut of Skittles. That is cool, that is cool, but we do want this removal to actually do stuff. So I think we need to say dot, so remove dot on end. Do we have a this? Console log this args, and this is gonna fill up real quick. Ooh. Oh, there they are. Okay, lots of them. Lots of them. There they are all there. It works. Now, so when we do the removal, we need to also remove it from everything else. So we need to do specifically the simulation, because they are already visually gone. Yeah, I'm glad you're making progress on that. Remove this node from simulation. Oh, that was easy. Coming here, pasting it, and story. Ooh, but what node is it? It's elf. Oh, this is what one we're removing. Thank you, closures. Closures for saving the day. There we go. And we can see how they're still coming back into the center. So it's not forcing them out. Like, when they go away, they can still glide their way back in. But they're not really going toward the green one with as much intensity as I imagined. Should we have a low strength here? Or is this thing only called once? We're about to find out. Opposite of osmosis. There, yep, Agaria, that's right. All those IO games, basically. Okay, let's see. D3 for simulation to center. Yeah, it was. um, Move to largest node position. Oh, come on, Copilot, help me. Copilot has abandoned us. We're on. Okay, let's flip. I'll probably update that timer. So much for the break. There we go, seems about accurate. Yeah, this is definitely successful in my book. If not largest, return D3 force. Go to the Y of that. 3 force Y. There's gotta be a strength setting around here. And they use dot strength. Maybe that's all I need. Oh, force center strength. Nice, nice. I mean, I'm not really, but have you seen Chat GPT? Now that's a little more concerning for sure. What it can do. Oh, they're all popping up from the middle, which is weird. Well, because they're all technically around the middle, yeah. Okay, let's fix not largest do this. So they should always be doing this. So the toggling is not toggling. That's right. There are a lot of nodes on the screen. Oh, it would help if I were to pass the args. No wonder it's not doing anything. Why aren't they doing anything? Because you didn't... Oh, that's not... Nope, that's not what we want. Is that not how you do what you like? Do you not like this? Well, that's not what it likes. Because I thought this returned a call back. Okay, let's get it to a happy position. Turn to happiness. Well, we do like that. That was good. This was happiness. There we go. There you go. And they all go to their specified grid positions, and then the shaking it begins. As basically it. And yeah, I'm more than happy with that. It's neat. Okay, I don't know what that one's doing. That one's a little broke. But it's a neat simulation, for sure. I'm looking forward to making an easier one for the next one, because this was a bit more than I should have bit off. And would you look at that? The largest one, the elf with the most calories, 74,394. That's right. I mean, that is the intention. The largest one stays until a larger one appears. So it is doing what it wants. Just, I guess I was just being picky about that one because it looked like it wasn't moving. But my eyes to see. See how it's not colliding with this other one? That's a bug, but it doesn't happen enough, I suppose, to really matter. I wonder if the shaking is due to me creating a new simulation every time. Feature, not a bug. Yeah, the green is the color I chose, so that part works as expected. But yeah, there it do be. I'll get this on GitHub probably tomorrow. Want to get file loading working. Ah, yeah. Good spot, Pizza, yeah. Yeah, something about it getting removed from the sim for some reason. Well, something to figure out tomorrow or after 3, I suppose. It's a feature, that's right, Xmetrics. That reminded me. It's a feature, not a bug. Okay, let's get 03 ready to go. Again, I'm still doing it manually. Haven't even gotten my script working, but we don't need no script where we're going. I ain't in the top people where that few seconds even matters. I think at the end, because for each one I'm creating a new simulation, it it gives up. I think D3 is like, you're doing it wrong. I'm not gonna simulate anymore for you. I think that's what happens. Hey, of course, pizza. Sure thing. Mhm. If you have to go to bed, though, you can just drop in a message and I'll respond in the morning. What is sleep? I don't know. I got no idea. But yeah, for those who don't know, this is a template I use. I use Quokka to get instant JavaScript output, so I don't have to keep rerunning my code. Little snippet here reads the file from input 1. I have an empty string for my test case where I make sure that works before this runs and spits out the code. Should probably... Now I have it ready. And there we go. I don't know. Okay, here's my contents. For those who don't know, I'm not going to be speaking as much. Can't talk to bubblegum. Same time. Okay, what the heck are we supposed to be doing? Contains the items, all these, which make the first comparison. The first compartment contains the items VJ up to the first capital letter, FMM. What's up? GWR HCS. Okay, what's this about? Single upper, single lower. Suppose you have the following. The first half represent items in the first, second half, second. Okay, good. The only item type that appears in both. Okay, so split it in half, find the duplicate. Appear in both. First, only share. Okay, good. The lowercase, priorities, uppercase, okay, numeric values. Appears sum the values. Okay, got it. Okay, so for const line of data split. It's an extension, Xmetrics, a little bit like a NodeMon, but it runs in VS Code in your browsers. First half equals, thank you, const second half equals, I don't know if that's right, no, that's not right at all. Const middle length equals length divided 2, slice up to there, then slice from there forward, const letter in both halves. We're going to do this baddie and not goodie. Filter, not index, no. So we're going to go through all the first characters in the first half. Then we're going to find car. Thank you. You messaged it, Copilot. Car. Second includes car. Good. And then we're going to add these to const found. We'll further this out later. Found that push. Similar letter in halves, console log found. First example. Show me output. PLPVTS. PLPVTS. Good. Now we need to get const values is going to equal found.map car. Okay, now here's the weird thing. A through Z, properties 1 through 26. If car, if is lowercase, car lowercase, don't do that. A equals 1, Z equals, where was it? 26, const value equals, thank you, return value, A equals 1, Z equals 26, thank you, math, return, did they order them? They did not order them. Return values dot reduce sum. Thank you. What's the expected for this one? 157. Nan is not 157. Okay, understandable. It didn't return the value. 105 is not 157. Okay. Console log found. Lower P, capital L, higher P, lower VTS. That is correct, which means my values are wrong. Values. Anytime now. You can do this anytime. Okay, 163842, 1612, 1622, 2019. Some of them are working, some of them are not. The capitals are not working. 27 through 52. I did the math wrong. 27, 52. Well, I told it the math wrong. Minus 38. Return this, of course. There we go. 7845. 7845. 300. Okay, pretty okay. Here comes the hard part where my bad math is not going to fail us. Okay. Only one item type. Each set. Okay, the expected sum of the next one is 70. I got that part. My input, appears to be the same. And okay, I have to actually read this now. Nobody wrote down which items to each group. Only way to tell which item is the right one. The one item that is common between all elves in each group. Second items in the first group, only one appears in all. This must be their bags. Hold on, why are we dividing in groups? Where's groups? If a group's badge, ooh. Wait a minute, nope, I don't get that. How do we divide into groups? Do we divide into 3? Divide into groups of 3, there it is. So jump into 3, then 3, find the one item carried by all 3 elves. Is that literally not the same problem, just with a higher amount? Each group can have a different, so in the above example, first 3 lines, the only item that appears in all 3 is lowercase r. That'll be the truth of that. Highlight all. This is the part where I see all the r's. Firefox, don't do this to me. Okay, there we go. Well, you have a lot of r's. What's up with that? Oh no, it's not necessarily one, it's just all similar. Okay, so I have to go through each of them, find the ones that basically are members of the set, and keep trimming the set down until I get just one, like that. That's kind of a tough one, but okay, let's get on that, I suppose. And so we need to split it into groups of 3. I don't think any of this code is useful, to be honest. Data split new lines, const groups of 3 lines equals. There we go, for a line. If line length is 3, then reset, good. Finish the last one if group length. I think it's always going to be good though. Yeah, great. Okay, now for const group of groups, I need to get the one character that appears in all 3 lines. Get the one character that appears in all 3 lines. Come on, Copilot, cheat for me. Oh, this is a hard-coded way. I was thinking of a dynamic. But that works. Group 0 split, filter. The character exists in group 1 and the character exists in group 2. Why won't that work, though? That seems too... I guess technically I'll do this for the shortest group and I do it for the other 2. One, time efficiency. This might be the first problem where we actually have a time efficiency thing. Priorities are still the same. Yeah, so that part does stay the same. Let's re-yoink my code. Found a map, return, sum, reduce. We love all this. This is all good code. Favorite code, best code around. Not working, unfortunately. We need to push. Found push, thank you. Not a big fan of that, I see. Okay, okay, let's start logging stuff. Console log found. You're taking too long. We need to slow that one down. Hello? This is where you output stuff. This is where I'm outputting my own stuff. Why you be so slow? Oh, great. Why are you failing me? Okay, you're still running. You can stop running. This is why we don't want tools to be our problem. Cannot redeclare. Oh, great. Weirdness. It was a literal error. My goodness. Card lowercase. Okay, great. What are we pushing in these? An array of characters. Okay, that's fun. We want to now whip you into a set, or just pull out the 0th one, honestly. I think mathematically it'll be fine. Yay, there, we did it. Oh, we already did it. 2790. Ooh, okay, there we go. Victory is ours. Got a little wonky at the end there with me, getting confused about why code not working. It was due to a sloppy copy and paste. When I move this down here, it breaks my code and Quokka can't run it. So I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, that did work. Ooh. Okay, let's go back to the calendar. Okay, let's see. Let's try to figure out what image they're guessing. Okay, it looks like they're making a mountain of some kind, or maybe a house. But yeah, that was a fun one for sure. So yeah, I guess I'll commit this raw code before I go wandering off and optimizing it. Let's get rid of that comment. And yeah, this looks like good enough to make our first commit on. It's a very niche skill, pizza. It's not exactly what we get paid for on the job, but it's fun, like any competitive thing. 22 day 03 solution. Boop boop. There we go. I don't think any coding system's gonna be like, wow, they put this bad code together really quickly. That's amazing. It's understandably readability and being able to explain it to others because there's no one man bands out there. It's all, I mean, unless you are going for a one person team, but usually you're with a team. Yeah, that came together pretty well. Not only one little hiccup, and I mean, one main hiccup. There was a little bit of the one hiccup, me doing bad math or telling it bad math, but yeah. Like I said, pizza, it's all with practice and experience. I just got a little bit more than most. Nah, every problem's got. It's like, I mean, last time I spent like 10 minutes because I forgot how to like do rock paper scissors. So it's a little bit of luck too. And as you did see, I did cheat with Copilot helping me autocomplete a few things, though I did have to fix it. So in my mind, it balanced out with how much it helped versus hurt. But yeah, let's start optimizing this. So for every, what do we call this? Rucksack. We want to find the letter that is in both halves. Yeah, I suppose so. Pizza, pizza. Although, I do have access to. Well, I did like get access to what do they call it? What do they call it? Chat GPT or something. So I wonder what the character limit is. Oh, they're doing it in Python. That's sad. Can we tell it to be quiet? We want to do this in JavaScript. In JavaScript and see how this works. Okay, lots of description here. Oh, we got some JavaScript. Wow, and it's using the right verbiage. I like that. Both compartments, common items. Got the code. Did the math. mm, I wouldn't be surprised if someone were actually using this on Advent of Code, to be honest. This is Chat Open AI. I think like the wave went off now, but it's basically a chatbot optimized with GPT. Yeah, it's like because when Copilot came around, I was like, oh, that's nice. It helps with a few lines. This thing is actually getting pretty good now. Okay, okay, I won't link it. Okay, we have to TypeScript some of this up. Record. What's this priorities of? You didn't write it. If I would have asked in TypeScript, I probably wouldn't have been able to. What do you even use this for? You literally don't use priorities. Okay, so yeah, you can see it does do a little random stuff. So the rucksack equals data dot split new line component one. Cause okay, so it's not the best. Okay, so hey, it's not coming for all our gerbs just yet. This isn't an array. You didn't convert it to an array. So that shows it doesn't really understand. Interesting. Because that's not, I mean, I know for beginner programmers that's a thing, but when it has access, if it it's very much a chatbot then. Interesting. Oh look, and it made a const and it tried to redeclare to it. Interesting. I mean, this is the free, like, beta alpha tier or whatever, so maybe turn 580. It's also returning the wrong answer. But hey, it puts out some pretty code. Although it's kind of doing comments like, it's a fun thing to look at. And I think on smaller problems, it would definitely be a competitor. Because that's what Leon did. They recently put one of those TikToks out of them literally solving a leak code of it. Yes, prettier is our solution. They are our savior. And for those who don't know, I believe, yeah, Pseudo Mateo is still going at it too. If you want to go over there and give them a watch, they're doing it in Rust and Go. I don't know which one they're doing it right now. But they're over there also doing Advent of Code. Hey, there you go. Nice, yeah. Well, if you want to use, oh, that's not how it works. Ran the wrong command. And that's where you go if you can watch both at once. I think that command still works. Yeah, OpenAI, it was pretty neat. It didn't solve it. So now we have to manually clean up the code. Amazing. So we have the first half, we have the second half, similar letter in both halves. So this is appropriate. How big are these rucksacks that I would care about efficiency? They're not that big. But if I'm doing a slice already, so the optimized version of this would be counting the characters I've seen, and whenever I've seen the second one, in half two, it would kind of work. Hold on, so let's look at the letter R, for example. Firefox, don't do this to me. Okay, I'll leave this as is. Once you get found, though, you get values and then you reduce it. So all of this can be done in one giant map. And then finally a reduce. Return data split new line dot reduce sum rucksack. And then we're going to start doing all this. So that was a real good idea, Copilot. We're not doing whatever password tomfoolery that is. So const first half doesn't even need to be a variable. So const character, and what does this character actually represent in this universe? Common item. Okay. Common item equals, don't know how to spell it, rucksack apparently. Nope, I typoed that the other way. Rucksack slice, and then middle length cost. Not divide -2. Copilot, you done me wrong. So if this, and then we will want to arrayify it, which I'll do with the spread. I like the spread. Find car in second half. And we'll use has, because we're cool like that. Ba-boom. Hey, of course, pizza. That's our common item. And we translate the common item into our value. mean, they're both doing math, it's just which math to do, right? Then it's going to return sum plus car code at 0 minus car. Actually, there's probably a mathy way to do this. Let's open up a console. So, a car code 0. Then you got a car code at 0. So the first one needs to be minus 96. But the other one, they're on the opposite. If they were opposites, I could do this. But I don't think I can. So boring ternary it is. Minus car triple equals car lowercase 96 or 38. There we go. It's not car, it is common item. Finally, we initialize sum to a 0. And we'll see if part 1 still works. Part 1 appears to still work. Nice. Let's look at part 2. So groups of 3 and any character that appears on all 3 lines. Was that the rule? Every set of 3 lines, a single group. Each group can have a different type. Great. The only item that appears in all 3 rucksacks is lowercase r. Okay, so it is literally all 3. Got it. Now, I did think of an optimization as I wrote this. You would want to iterate searching off of the shortest one. Which I could do with a heat, but it's literally only 3. So what I'll do is I'll say shortest index. That's a little painful. Let's first take out the real one, because we're not going to explode my terminal. I scroll past. There we go. So we want the index of the shortest one. Then we want cos other indexes. Index is not shortest one. Sure. Again, this is where Leon mentions, like, yeah, sure, these methods are O of n, they're complex and all, but we know there's only going to be 3. We know there's only going to be 3, so they don't really scale to infinity or anything, so they're not something we need to avoid. What we do is we go through shortest. We spread that, turn it into a lovely array. We say, okay, give me the character. Well, I have to declare shortest, I guess. Filter the character that is in second index, third index, like so. If this one has the character, or technically sum of all these indexes includes the character. Found goes there. Then we do the same value math as before. Yes. Why are you not? Oh, because I haven't used you. Okay, let's figure. So this calculation actually is identical. Can I do a reduce? I probably could do another reduce trickery. Yeah, this is the main optimization I cared about. So let's do the reduce trickery. Hey, Dean Bull, how's it going? Hello, Coder. I am Coder. Hello, fellow coders. How do you do? We're over here just optimizing the Advent of Code Day 3. It's not, no, it's not Saturday at 3 p.m. Not yet. Still got something planned for tomorrow. So it is, doing the good old Advent of Code still. I'm actually pretty happy with this one. I only made like 2 real mistakes. Ooh, nice. Yeah, day 2, part 1. That day 2, part 2, I won't spoil it for you, but my brain got scrambled with all the translations of letters to rocks and stuff, so I gave up and was like, okay, I have to turn this into language I understand. Lots of translation. My brain was like, too many layers. It's a good challenge. Cool, 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 yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I won't spoil it for you. Hmm. Ooh, that's a quick little peeky there, yeah. Yeah, doing all mine in boring old TypeScript. Oh, yep, there's your calories. Lovely. Uh-huh. Ah, you did the cool one. Yeah, kid just only kept track of the highest calories amount is empty. Up. Yep. Oh no, I mean, hey, it's pretty good for your brute force. My brute force was like not even being efficient like this. My brute was splitting just fancy. Let me show. Get lag. Hey, it's all good. I mean, hey, we all gotta like devote our time accurately, right? And it's all about what moves that needle forward at the end of the day. So I wouldn't feel too bad if you're not able to do it live because it's always gonna be there. Yeah, let's see what this. Oh, yeah, this is your rock paper scissors one. Oh, you could just do this. How simple. Rock paper scissors when drew. Yeah. So AX is rock rock. Wow. Okay, you just calculated the score values. That's simpler than what I did. That's impressive, yeah. These are the things you can do when you're not running against a clock. You can actually think about the problems. Hash map. Yeah, hash map all the things. That's pretty good, yeah. Mine was pretty bad. But I got it working. Let me see. Solution. It's in the repo. So here's my solve one. At first, my brain could not handle it. I changed it to RPS because my brain did not like it. Then I did use a hash map, so I'm right there with you. Hash map, yeah. And here are my if else's for if you won or lost. Then another hash map to translate the X's and Y's to RPS. So I got a hash map in there. And then I just did the score math. So yeah, did not think that far ahead, but I think I did optimize it to this at least. Yes, I optimized it a little bit. Basically, I just made cute little helper functions of like conversion, who won, and multiplier. Not as simple as a hash map though. That's a good title there. I didn't really get into the possibilities thinking about it. I was just like, what's an easier way to math this up? Got a little spooky regex, not that much regex, just to grab the tube. It's a tool, right? Pizza. So you might not always need it, but it's a tool, and when you do need it, it helps out a lot. Basically, it's like when you go to a vending machine, you push a button, you'll get the same thing out every time. It's like indexes. You can rate an index with zero, you're always gonna get the zero thing. But imagine if you can use other things, not numbers. Oh, yeah, I mean, we don't really implement it. If you mean use it, then yeah, using it can be practice. That's right. There's always going to be something you don't know how to use. Mhm. I won't scroll down to part two for you. Fancy. I'm sorry, Universal Lee. I mean, when I'm doing the code, I gotta go fast for the timer. But now that we're chill, I can be slow. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, that one, I'd say this one was my most comfortable one yet. Oh, the regex. Oh, yep, yep. I know. Mm-hmm. It feels good when you do a little bit, right? Yeah, and hey, once we all get to like day 10, no one's getting really fast because that's when it starts Really, that's when people start dipping off, to be honest. Like, they're like, okay, I have like an hour of time to solve it, and I can't solve it in like this hour. Goodbye. Really, huh? I mean, I guess someone literally could crunch the numbers for a participation to see, but yeah, that's the vibe I felt like. But yeah, it could be a little earlier. Yep, Regex 101, favorite Regex site. DN Bill. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm just remembering of like how long I had to wait for the submissions thread to fill up to compare this stuff. That's was kind of like my estimation of like, oh no, people aren't submitting their solutions. They must be going straight to bed or something. Yeah, that's part one optimized. Part two. Oh, this bad thing. Yeah, we gotta look at this again. Uh, it's probably a regex way of doing this. Hmm. Oh, I'm tempted. Now y'all got me talking. Y'all talk about regex. Regex to grab to match by lines of three. I know. That's not really what we're looking for. Okay, it's time to demonstrate the website. Regex 101. This is definitely a regex to do this. I think it's just any character, new line, any character, new line, right? So any new line, just do this 3 times. Oh yeah, you thought this was gonna be a good regex? Nah, it's gonna be bad regex. Hey, of course, D and Bull, you have a good night. I'll catch you next time. I could use the example. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, that didn't really do. So it grabbed group 1 match 1, group 2 match 3, 0 unlimited. Oh, we need better than that. We need 1 and unlimited. There you go. Yeah, at least grab one of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That looks right. Looks right to me. It's a good. Who's a good regex? You are. That's who is. Okay, good. I have the thing commented out. I have that? Okay. So, const groups of, I'll just say 3s equals beta dots match all the regex with a global flag, and then convert to an array like this. Or am I supposed to use split in this case? Okay, I'd love some auto. So we have VJP and WTC. Yeah, that is correct. I'm gonna look into a split though, because I don't want all that other stuff. 3s equals data dot split. I know if you split with a regex and have a group, should keep all the group members. There. Okay, that's something. Ah, Universal Lead. This is the extension known as Quokka. What it does, and I'll put it in the chat. Well, actually, I have to go make sure I spell it right. Quokka. It's a cool VS Code extension that basically runs. It's also an animal, but it's an extension. This one. Wait, come back. Quokka JS. Oh, there you go, Ryan. Yeah, perfect, perfect. No, I mean, I'm not on a time limit. I'm more than happy for the distraction. Yeah, as Ryan said, it runs your JavaScript and TypeScript right in your code, or right in as you type it, and it puts the output, that's the important part, in your code without having to run a debugger. So usually you have to like run a debugger and then pause on breakpoints and all that stuff. It just does this for you, and if you do a console log, it spits it out. Or if you do some statements like this, like declare or express a variable, it knows to output that too. And if you pay for it, it can do crazy stuff like custom expressions, all kinds of cool stuff. It's like Code Runner, but in your code. Yeah, it helps visualize this really quickly. Okay, so this looks pretty good. We got an extra new line or whatever. Which VJP, WTC. I think this will be fine as long as I'm like map car map trim. There you go, and no filter, please. Not universal lace. So that I would not say that's ghetto at all. That is good practice, because when you're in an interview or when you're on Codility or HackerRank, whatever platform they send you to do their challenge on, you're not going to have these tools. So as cool as these tools are, you should not build up a reliance on them for sure. Exactly. Console log, console log, console log is the way. And at its base, this says console log. It just saves me the 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. Classic jQuery way. There you go. Why isn't this working? Oh, we also have a bunch of empty new lines. That's sad. Filter those out, I guess. Great. Okay, this works. Wait, is this an array of 3 strings? What is the length of this? No. Wait, this is the part where you cancel log. Here it comes. It's an array of 6. Okay, I just need to put another group. Our length. I don't know. I don't know how to use regex. Okay, so you need to be like non-capturing groups, whatever the heck that is. I mean, there's a lot you can do in JavaScript for sure. I appreciate the lurk, Ryan. Appreciate you grabbing the snippets pretty quickly, too. If we jump off, I'll say... I don't think we'll jump off just yet. Okay, where's the non-capturing syntax? Oh, there's the syntax. Give. Eh. There we go. So non-capturing basically means it doesn't put it in its own little group. Well, hold on. Non-capturing, so it doesn't turn into groups. What if I just didn't use groups? I don't need to. Last I checked. There you go. VJP and WTC. Okay, there we go. Do I still need the filter? I do. But now for each of these, I can map X split new line. Yeah, pizza, it is a little hieroglyphics, but I think I can explain this one, basically. There you go. Now that's perfect X metrics. So first we have some outer parentheses. This is saying group all this stuff together. Then you have dot, which says any character. But then you have plus, which says any character at least one time. So this will grab as many of any character as it can. Then this says there's a new line. So grab as many characters as you want, and then find a new line character, and do it again, and do it again. So when we have this, it's like, okay, I'm a dot. I'm going to grab this character, at least one, but there's another one. So my dot can keep going, keep going, keep on going. I'm going to keep going, and then, oh, I found a new line character. Then you're going to do it again and again until you reach the end of it, which was, well, I found another new line character, but I'm here now. I'm not looking for anything else, so I stop. That's what that regex exactly is. And then with JavaScript, you can split on a regex to do some cool stuff. Yeah, Xmetrics, I've done that in Dev Wars and other quick stuff whenever you just need quick DOM access. And yeah, if you want the other one, the double, you got the double one for. Okay, it's not gonna do that, but that one is the document query selector all bind. So best of both worlds. There we go. So for group of all this, found. I mean, that's a horrible quote feature, is it not? Xmetrics, just the ability, just the fact that JavaScript makes a free global var variable for all your IDs. Who do we have to blame for that? Netscape Navigator? Like, who gets the blame for this? Such a interesting feature. It's amazing. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's got its uses. The entire jQuery library falls if you remove that feature, don't it? That's why we're keeping it around. I think now we can do the whole reduce shebang. And where's my code? I want to see my code. There we go. Turn this dot reduce. Well, okay, you got confused. There we go. There we go. Have I not already done this? Oh, I've partially optimized that, right? Yeah, time. No, oh, unfortunately, it's not. Though people have suggested that, but like, it's basically time from when it was released. So when the challenge is released, that's when the clock starts, and it's time until you get there. Yeah, it's not very time zone friendly at all, obviously. Yeah, some like people on the other time zones waking up at 5 a.m. to do these if they care about it. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing: if you like, I'm sure if there was a better way, it'd be done already. The thing with the input is that well, you can figure out the entire problem and not just do the input at all. So you don't need the input to figure out the problem. There's no real way, time zone agnostically, for everyone to be starting at the same place. Oh, don't say that, Xmetrics. You don't need to be in it for the competition. It's still fun. And hey, that's what private leaderboards are kind of for. You can just compete with your friends, and you can all, since you're friends, agree to start at the same time zone. Exactly, right. I remember back in the 2017 days and stuff, and like 2018, it would. That's literally what they're there for. They're making sure it don't catch on fire. Is it on fire yet? Nope. Okay, that's what it is. What are we doing here? Group. There we go. We fixed that variable. Turn sum plus similar letter. I think that just need to be a find, not a filter. I mean, yeah, this is very much a hobby, a job. No corporate thing is putting this on metrics. Ooh, we're doing subtraction. Oh, nope, we're doing the right thing, yep. We have to initialize our sum to 0. And in theory, that is not working. Oh, we got some old code. Yeah, get rid of the old code. There we go. Now it's working. And if we give it the big input, 2790, it's still working. Lovely. Of course, Piggy Bank. It is our overlords. They're the ones who are doing this for us. Hey, it's great to see you again. Appreciate that raid last time, too. Yeah, day through is pretty good. Relatively pretty average. Basically, you had to find the character that appeared in both the first and second half of this thing and convert it to a number for a value. Nah, every amount counts. It doesn't matter the amount. It's the sentiment or the thought that counts, right, piggy bank? I still appreciate it. Yeah, it was pretty good. I only had like a few hiccups, but aside from that, it was basically the best I could do. Still, I got sub 1,000 for both of them, so that was pretty good in my book. Almost 500, but that second one I made a goof. Ah, I'm sad to hear that, Universal Lee. VS Code Vim. Interesting. Never don't know what that is. But some Vim magic. But yeah, almost got sub 500 on that second one. Yeah, right now we're just doing the polishing up, honestly. I like Pop OS. I just got it because I didn't want to deal with drivers, to be honest, pizza. But aside from that, it's just Ubuntu, which I've used before. Love me some Ubuntu. Yeah, not the hardware though. Oh my goodness, yeah. I don't know if you know them. Chrissy Codes, a fellow 100 dever, someone who's also in 100 devs. They got the first answer correctly, and then they spent an hour trying to figure out what was wrong. Because when they copied it, like say like this for example, they copied it. They didn't copy all of their answer. They only copied the first three characters. So they spent the next hour or something trying to figure out why what they thought they entered was wrong when they only entered the first three characters. So just goes to show it happens to all of us. Yeah, it wasn't good. I appreciate that, Universally. Yeah, yeah, you have a good rest of your evening, night. Yeah, it could be. I've used Kubuntu in the past, way past, back in 8 days, to be honest. Yeah, there are lots of cool little automations and tricks. Fortunately, I've yet to make that mistake. Or if I do, it's just like a minute delay because I knew I made the mistake. Thing is, no one caught it either, so. Good story, though. See if this gets any better. So right now we have our calculate value. This is something that can be done dryly. Calculate value. Our string. Do it for me, Copilot. Yeah, good Copilot. So boop, boop, boop. There we go. Just making this code a little drier. Common item, and now that we've done that, we could shove this in here. It would hurt readability, though. Yeah, we're not going to hurt readability. We don't need to. Calculate value. We can use the same variable names. Common item. Hey, I imagine. Aw, good one, pizza. That's a good one. Let's see about this reduce. Shortest index, line less than whatever. That's a good piece of code. Actually, we sort them, then we extract. That's too much effort. Oh yeah, and I would like to map these. So once we map group I, convert to a set. So we can get that dot has optimization. Second, third. We'll rename this to first. First index. There we go. So second dot has car and third dot has car. All the efficiency. So efficient. Much wow. And there we go. That's pretty much as optimized as I am going to get with that. I mean, hey, we definitely shrink the line count. Wait, how do I log this? What do I say? Oh, I did do that, wait. 2022, day 03. TypeScript solution. with that, that is done. Now I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna do a 3 hour stream, but before we end, I'm gonna quickly brainstorm a visualization way. So yeah, a visualization wave here actually wouldn't be too difficult. So it'd be a terminal visualization. You cut it in half, and you basically iterate through each character, doing another sweep over the second half. Once you find it, you highlight both in green, move on with your day. You do that for every single line, which, how many lines are there? There are 300 lines. Easy animation. What's the math? If I wanted to do this, if you want to do it in 60 seconds, play each animation for 5 seconds. And that can be scaled accordingly. Give yourself a 2-minute animation, get 10 seconds to play that. Or you play, because based on the width, what's the maximum width we have for input? What's the largest one here? Largest one looks to be about this. Ugh, it's a bit chunky. Okay, you could put 2 beside each other, or go full in curses. Do 5 at a time on a single thing. Clear the line, do it again. Yeah, make your PC work for it. Yeah, pizza. Yeah, well, dude, planning on streaming standard hours tomorrow. I guess a spoiler alert, y'all get a sneak peek of what it's gonna be. So, Heroku went down. We all knew that. We all have been, getting the alternatives going, but there have been some hiccups with them, like Heroku, like Render, Railway, all the little hiccups on them. So tomorrow is the blog post. Well, it's me simultaneous. There's a blog post, and there's gonna be a video in which I'm gonna go through 8 of the top platform as a services I found: Render, Railway, Vercel, Koyeb, all of them, step by step, deploying a full backend app that also has Express in it. So basically, the most complicated version of an app you can post. So if you can get the most complicated thing working, it reasons that you can get simpler things working. And yeah, it's that's good. It's all good. Yeah, 2 p.m. It's probably gonna be a little later, honest, and I don't have my schedule updated. But yeah, I'll definitely update my schedule because there's also gonna be Advent of Code, so it's not 2. It's gonna be a little later. Probably 3 or 4 p.m. And there'll be a tweet that does the thing and all that. Because it's also going to fall into Advent of Code. Yeah, well, man, I'll be doing Cyclic tomorrow too. Yeah, Render is going to be, if most of y'all already know, my recommendation is Render. It's the easiest one out there, but Cyclic's not too bad. Blessing in disguise. Yeah, get you that experience about doing those other things. Sure, but yeah, that is the tomorrow's plan, which is why, spoiler alert, it's why today's stream isn't gonna be no 3 hour long thing. Just gonna talk about that and do probably 1 Code Wars, then call it. If we're lucky, we can do it before Suda Mateo stops and go raid them. Pairwise shorter. I'll make sure to push this code up so you can all see that as you see. Oh, there you go. But yeah, it did force us all to get extension. Yeah, 8 Caillou incoming. Yeah, I'm not doing any. No, we're not thinking. No, we're not here to think. We're here to just palate cleanse, if anything. Comfortable word. Let's see what this one is. Be good, Firefox. Who's a good Firefox? You are. Yes, you are. Come on, Firefox. Come on, Firefox. Chugga, 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 chugga. And what's this thing? Blah, blah, blah. Alternating your hand. Sure, yeah. Okay, we'll do this Code War. A 7, not an 8, unfortunately, Pizza. It's a 7, though. It's close. It does have some nice dev tools, which it does suck. But I'm just been using Firefox. It uses less memory, which is helpful for I mean, at least for a long time, I did not have a good PC, and Firefox does some dev tools a little better. So it's kind of a Venn diagram. Chrome has some good ones, some like good CSS stuff and stuff, but Firefox has good other stuff. So I still test in Chrome since that's what the world uses, but it's a mixed bag. Guess put the underdog. But yeah, here we go. A comfortable word is a word you can always type alternating the hand you type with. Complete the function that receives a word and returns true if it's comfortable, false otherwise. Word will always be a string from A to Z. To avoid problems of image, here's a list of letters for each hand. Well, isn't that nice of them? Yeah, I still use it to test stuff, pizza for sure. Okay, so basically, let's take an example. Yams is a comfortable word because you say Y, so Y-A-M-S. So every other character is on the opposite side of this divide, aka using the other hand. You jump between hands. So what we need to do is making sure that each character is on the other side of this divide. Yeah, for sure, whoa, dude. Yeah, there are definitely tools to do all of that for you. And honestly, that's mainly what I use Chrome for anyway. Actual, like all my Playwright things and all my Cypress things use Chromium because I've already used personally Firefox to make sure it works. But for Lighthouse, for sure, that's one of the dev tools they got. That Firefox, I mean, it ain't got it, yeah. So our parameters, it's always going to be a string, it appears. Always of A to Z letters, so we don't have to worry about these symbols, despite the pinky finger being on a symbol. And despite A being the color of characters we don't have to care about, but whatever. We're always going to return a boolean, true or false. We got some good examples. We have yams. Test is not a word because T and E are on the same side of the keyboard. And yeah, here's my pseudocode for it. So first we're going to create a list of the characters in left and right. Create set of left and right cars. And then what we're going to do is iterate through the word on first iter set expected set index or flag to opposite of whatever side current character is. Then on every other iteration, if current character was not found on the opposite side, on op side, return false. And finally, if loop finished, then it is a comfortable word. We can return true. There's a little verbose or obfuscation in this pseudocode with how I determine sides, but I have an idea about how to do that in the process here, Bob. So we're going to say const size equals two sets in an array. This is the trick, Bob. Left and right. Now, in the interest of typing, what we're going to do here, Bob, is you're not going to spend the next 10 minutes watching me create an array of these characters. We're going to turn them into strings real quick, then do multi-cursor magic to split them by the comma space. Then we will turn both of these into sets like so, just to save us some time here, Bob. With that, we have both of our side arrays, and now we're going to say let next side equals null. Actually, yeah, we're going to leave it null, but I have an optimization already in my mind for this. So for const char of word, if next side triple equals null, then I need to figure out what side it is, which is going to be whichever one I find it in. So it's going to be, we can do a quick ternary. Next side equals, let me get this a little bigger for readability there, Bob. Sides 0 has car, then the next side is 1, else it's 0. Because if we found it in the 0th array, then the next time we need to search in the 1th set. Now otherwise, then we need to actually make sure our next side has it. So if not sides next side has the character, we're returning false. Otherwise, we are setting next side to the opposite of next side. So if it is 0, we're setting it to 1. And if it is 1, we're setting it to 0. Cool thing, we can do this with a ternary, to be honest. So next side equals next side. If it's 1, aka truthy, we set it to 0. Otherwise, we set it to 1. Finally, if we made it to the end, we return true. I think this would work, Bob. Let's find out. Looks pretty good. First try. There we go. One job, please, Bob. Now we can do a little optimization here. We can embed this next side calculation into the value instead of making it null. So sides has character of word 0. Instead of doing a ternary for truthy or falsy, we can convert it to a number with a unary plus operator, which means our for loop gets a lot simpler. And again, we can also do the same thing for our next side down here. We invert it with the not operator, which turns it to from a number 0 or 1 to a boolean true or false opposite. Then we take that boolean and we convert it back to a number using the unary plus operator. And this, I believe, if all is correct, should function the same. Never mind. So what I imagine is either next side is wrong. Next side. Let's output the word while we're here. Yeah, Ryan, GitHub Actions can do basically anything you do manually. So the next side for yams is 0. That is correct, so I imagine this next side calculation is incorrect. Too many operators. It's already probably unreadable for most of those on our team, Bob. But I tried to be fancy, and look where that got me. Here's my mistake. I forgot when making the optimization of the initial value to slice the word, skipping the first character. Now this works as expected. And with this, I'm pretty satisfied with this code. It's readable. We have this manually hard-coded, can be optimized. But yeah. Okay, y'all saying, maybe I should check out this GitHub house action myself now. Y'all saying a lot of good things about it. Maybe it's changed since I last touched it. Audit using this, a flight house, that's right. See field in the action interface, right. Oh, that's a nice hit. I mean, that makes sense about puts it all here. Oh, audit with URLs. Okay, this is cool. Interesting. The way I imagine this did this locally, though. Probably does. I do see like 5 different variations of this action. Yeah, because there's an npx command you can also use with Lighthouse, I believe. Yeah, I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult to spin up a local server before and point this at that. I'm curious how you like to do you use it that way, or do you like have it point at your production site? Wow, okay, yeah, pretty fleshed out thing here. Okay, that's the HTML. I knew what that is. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Create T3. I've been looking to get one, learn one of those newfangled stacks. Either that or Astro Remix. Well, lovely. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's some pretty great integration. Definitely gotta shove that in a project sometime soon. And with that, that Code War is done. Left, right, alternating. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I think there'd be a regex? Of course there's going to be a regex. There's always a regex. Oh, and this is one of those repeating regexes, right? Like, they're able to tell it to repeat itself. This is just amazing. Oh, we love regex here. I didn't realize you could. Oh no, that makes sense. You can template it. I forgot you could template it and then enter a test. Nah, regex is perfect. It's solution to everything, pizza. Regex all the things. Right includes right, left. Oh, okay. That's interesting. You just map it to left, right, left, and then make sure there are no double lefts or double rights. Interesting. And here's the way I did it. Oh wow, they hard coded the regex. Lovely. Okay, lots of people love the regex. Hey, I appreciate you sharing that there, whoa dude. Let's take a peek behind the magic curtain. Okay, yeah, pretty straight up. Upload artifacts. Yep, love that. Temp artifacts. Lighthouse check action. Okay, yeah. Pretty simple, it seems. Yeah, I imagine it will be pretty relatively versatile for sure. Yeah, looks. Oh, this is that Astro. Oh, hello, Astro. It looks cool. Don't mind me. Just looking around. Astro. Dot Astro, huh? A hero. I understand heroes. Oh, it's the wrong one? It seemed like the right one to me. I see Tailwind. That's cool. Very svelte-like. All projects. Yep, do the markdown magic. Yep. Yeah, I'm getting into Tailwind slowly but surely. Doesn't help my boring CSS styles, but I love using a component library. Yeah, it's a little lacking compared to like what is it, Material UI and stuff I've used in the past, but I know that's not the fault of the library. That's just the nature of how the Tailwind culture. You kind of build it yourselfish and all that. I can mark this complete. And let's see. Before we jump off, what the admin of Code Warriors came up with. Oh my goodness, did someone just do it in Factorio? You can't be solving coding challenges in some simulation game, people. No. This is the cool thing about admin of code. People always trying to like one up doing all kinds of weird stuff with it. Would you look at that? Oh wow. Turing complete train system. What do you know? What do you know? Let's check out that format. I appreciate that. Whoa, dude. Cart. Oh, okay. Oh wow, we're doing some stuff here. Yeah, pizza. They get on it, you know. So yeah, generate, get the URL. That's cool. Script. This is JavaScript. GitHub script. Oh yeah, I forgot you could do this. Comment to PR. Sticky pull request. Interesting. Yeah. Audit. So there it is. Da da da. Publish it. Result. Wow. Okay. There's the comment, and then add the comment. Nice. Yeah, this is definitely the the DevOps person getting all this set up for sure. Definitely good experience for a really good template to copy. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome setup there, whoa, dude. Yeah, I always forget you got this GitHub script thing. You just JavaScriptify it all. Don't mind me. I'm gonna go peek. Go peek. Look at the comment. Show me the comment. Show me the cool comment. Cool comment. Hey, lovely cool comment. And this is the asset, right? We can just look at it. There you go. Yeah. Technology, folks. Yeah, I know. It's a good comment. Yeah, good template. But it's interesting to see how they're all put together for sure. And yeah, people, they are some cool people. Factorial. Okay, back to where we're actually looking for it. Let's see what the top folks were. Python, classic. Everyone loves a good Python solution. Oh wow, you're dropping the thing there. So get value is math. Okay, so they just did the same math I did, boring math. Create a set of both other lines. Get the yeah, because you can do this in Python. You get some cool operators that set to listen to. Part two, get all three lines. Yep, skip by three. Cool. Oh my goodness, someone actually did it. It looks like someone's gotten the GPT stuff going. It looks like math, not even once. Hey, there you go, pizza party. Is that from a movie? What is that from? Math, not even once. Quote, movie or TV show? Oh, it's from some campaign. Ah. So usually that thing is from. Oh yeah, probably was. I mean, I don't know where I got it from. But look at this fully automated solving and submission for admin of code of open AI stuff. Interesting stuff. A little spooky, but it's crazy there. Yeah, that I'll re what you call it redemption that because that's usually meant for like if you want to add a movie or a TV show to the API. Ooh, TypeScript. Okay, so much commented code. Yeah, there's the intersection. Wait, oh, there's an intersection button. Oh, that's cool. That's fine, pizza. Don't worry about it. I'll get it back to you. Your 500 is not lost. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that's a set library. Okay. And that's cool. Yeah, so basically calculate the intersection in the cool way. Yep, immutable sets. Of course. 3.11. Oh, absolute terrifying stuff. Okay, where's the JavaScript? Yeah, it seems like basically the solutions are mostly. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Solutions are basically the same. But yeah, appreciate y'all coming on by. we're gonna go off and raid our good friend Suda Mateo, fellow 100 Dever, who is also right now doing admin of code. So be sure to go give them some love. Try to understand their Rust or Go solution. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, sometime, not 2 p.m. The tweet will be there letting you know when exactly.